In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a clay lollipop where we will be mixing all of the colors ourselves and rolling out coils to make this really cool swirl. So we're going to get a few things. We're going to get a pack of Model Magic clay, we're going to get a paper plate, and we're going to get 2 markers. So we are going to start out by taking the darker color. So if you have yellow, please don't write your name in yellow. Okay, write it in the darker color. Okay, and your class code, okay, whether it's KC, KG, whatever it is, and just put that aside. Then you are going to open up your bag, and you're going to open it just like you would open fruit snacks or a granola bar, and then please just throw this out right away. Then we're going to divide this in half. Okay, so we're going to have 2 equal pieces, and we are going to be coloring it. So we're going to take our first color, and I'm going to put my cap on here so I don't lose it. And you are just going to, so if you color back and forth, it's a little tricky, but if you color in lines, it works really nice, because otherwise your marker gets stuck in your clay. Okay, so once I've covered that, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm just going to stretch it and fold it, stretch it and fold it, stretch it and fold it. And you're going to see some of the color start to come out. So right now that color is in the middle, and the more that I fold it and stretch it, it's starting to turn my clay pink because I was using a red marker. Okay, and pink and red and white make pink. So if I were happy with this color, I could stop here and I could do my other color, or I can add some more color on top of it. Okay, so I'm just drawing little lines. Please don't take your marker and poke it like this because that's going to damage your tip. Please just do a little bit of coloring, okay? So I'm going to fold this and mix it and fold it and mix it until I get the color that I want, okay? And now I'm going to put the lid on my red one, and I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow, okay? So I'm going to color the whole thing, or the whole top part, and then I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to stretch it and fold it and swirl it and twist it until I get the color that I want. So now I have 2 nice primary colors that I can mix together. So I'm going to take my yellow and divide it in half, and I'm going to take my pink and divide it in half. And I'm going to put these 2 aside. Now I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to twist and mix them together. Now I'm going to just keep pulling, twisting, pulling and twisting, and you'll see originally it's going to look kind of like marbled, which is really cool. And you're just going to keep twisting it and twisting it and pulling it and folding it and mixing it. It's really fun until you start to get a new color. So the color that I'm starting to get is this really pretty peachy orange. So depending on what colors you use, you're going to get a different secondary color, which is what happens when you mix 2 primaries, like red and yellow, yellow and blue, red and blue. Okay, it will also work with our pinks and light blues because, as I said before, pink is just red with white in it. So now I have 3 colors, and I'm going to make something called a coil. So you start by making a coil. You take the clay and you squeeze it in your hand into a little pickle shape, and then you start to roll. So it's going to be kind of a snake shape. We call these coils. Once it's pretty long, you can use 2 hands and sort of work your way out. Now don't go like this really fast because then you'll wind up getting skinny parts. You always want to go wrists to fingertips, okay? Now if while you're doing this it accidentally breaks or something, just put it back together and just keep rolling. It's no big deal, okay? You want it to be about as thin as your little pinky And then you can do the other colors, okay? So pickle shape, roll, roll, okay? So I'm gonna do my wrist to fingertips, wrist to fingertips, wrist to fingertips, and I am going to put my coil aside, and now I'm going to do my yellow. So now I will have 3 coils that are about the same length and thickness. I want them to be about as thick as my pinky. Okay, so now I am going to line them all up next to each other and gently press them together. And it's going to look sort of like a strip of bacon. And I am going to take it and I'm going to twist it like this. Okay, now I don't want to just twist from the ends. I want to work my ways this way. Okay, so now it kind of looks like one of those cool, if you've ever seen those pastel colored like marshmallows, right? And then we're going to take this and we're going to roll this wrist to fingertips. So we want to get it to be a little bit skinnier than it was. Now, if while you're doing this, it breaks or something, it's no big deal. You can stick it right back together. But just know that with this type of clay, once you stick it to another piece of clay, it stays on there. So, and that's okay because we can have all different kinds of cool little swirl patterns and everything. So once this is about as thick as your pointer finger, then you can start to roll it up into a little swirl. So I'm going to start at the end and get it all the way forward. And I'm going to turn it, and I'm making sure I'm gently pressing it to stick it to the other part of the coil. I'm going to go around and around and around, and then at the end I'm going to give it a good press. Then I'm going to gently press it down. I'm not pounding it like this, just gently pressing it to really get it together nice. Once you've done that, I would like you to put it on your plate, and you are going to bring it over to me like this. I will put a stick in it for you to make it look like a lollipop, and you will put your markers away and make sure you already threw out your wrapper, and then you are all done.